On this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron News Edition, Jade sits down with the author Dontez James and discusses his new book.
Heather heads to Brandywine.
Amanda takes a look at the Cleveland Bridal Show.
And Jen takes us down the red carpet of the Oscars.
All of this and more on Lights, Camera, Akron News Edition.
This is Lights, Camera, Akron News Edition, starring Jade Marshall, Heather Daniels, Amanda Murata, Jeannie McBride, Jay Jackman, and featuring Jen Danzak.
Welcome to Lights, Camera, Akron News Edition. I'm Jade Marshall.
And I'm Heather Daniels. President Barack Obama has vetoed a Republican bill forcing construction of the Keystone XL oil pipeline. The White House sent notice of the veto to the Senate shortly after the bill was received. This is the third veto of Obama's presidency. The move puts a freeze on a top GOP priority, at least for now. It also reasserts Obama's authority over a project that's become a flashpoint in the national debate about climate change. Congressional Republicans may try to override Obama's veto, but have yet to show they can muster the two-thirds majority in both chambers that they would need. Senator John Hoeven, the bill's chief GOP sponsor, says Republicans are about 4 votes short in the Senate and need about 11 more in the House.
Chris Brown has tweeted that he has been denied entry into Canada and that his concerts in Montreal and Toronto have been canceled. The Grammy-winning R&B singer was scheduled to perform at the Bell Centre in Montreal and the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. Brown said in the tweet, "Good people of the Canadian government wouldn't allow me entry. I'll be back this summer and will hopefully see all my Canadian fans." Reports are saying that this is related to his criminal history. Brown was jailed for nearly 3 months last year for violating his probation by getting into an altercation outside Washington Hotel the previous year. He was on probation after he attacked the pop singer Rihanna, his then-girlfriend, before the 2009 Grammy Awards. Nicole Perna, a spokeswoman for Brown, said immigration officials denied him entry.
European countries are not doing enough to stem the refugee crisis that has erupted as a result of the fighting in Syria. At a news conference in Istanbul to launch its annual report, an Amnesty representative in Turkey said the group is urging Europe to open its borders to refugees who have fled to the embattled nation. The 4-year-old Syrian conflict has killed 220,000 people according to the United Nations estimates and displaced 6.5 million inside the country and more than 3 million people to neighboring countries, including Turkey. Amnesty also believed the international community's response to global crisis was shameful, adding that the 415-page report included criticism of the UN. In terms of effective intervention, the international community has fallen behind. The report provides an overview of abuse in 160 countries. It describes the year 2014 as catastrophic for millions across the Middle East and North Africa.
Police investigating the disappearance of 3 British teenage girls say they believe they are no longer in Turkey and have crossed into Syria. Authorities believe that the girls could be on their way to join an Islamic State group. The girls, aged 15 to 16, disappeared from their London homes on February 17th and boarded a flight to Istanbul in Turkey. The case underlines fears that growing numbers of young women in Britain and Europe are lured by online propaganda to join Islamic State groups and become jihadi brides.
Russia's space agency expects the International Space Station to stay in orbit through 2024 and plans to create its own space outpost with a segment of the station after that. Roscosmos' scientific council concluded that several Russian modules could eventually be undocked to perform the task of ensuring Russia's guaranteed presence in space. The ISS, run by the United States, Russia, the European Space Agency, and other international partners, is set to remain operational at least through 2024. Russia's own Mir space station was deorbited in 2001 after 15 years as Moscow sought to concentrate its resources on the ISS. Russia's space agency also said that it plans to launch manned missions to the moon around 2030, but gave no further details.
Drones were recently spotted flying over the city of Paris for the second night in a row. There were a total of 5 Vs spotted, and one was near the Eiffel Tower. It is against the law to fly a drone over Paris without a license, and you can get a minimum sentence of 1 year in jail or pay an $85,000 fine. 3 people have been arrested for flying a drone. One was controlling, the other was for filming, and the third was for watching. Any sort of aircraft that flies under the 6,000-meter mark over central Paris is against the law unless the city authorities have given permission. And flying a drone at night is completely illegal. Coming up on Lights, Camera, Akron, Heather takes us to Brandywine. Stay tuned. A former colleague of a Maine man accused of luring a 15-year-old girl to her death with a fake Facebook page has disputed his contention that the scratches on his face came from work. 21-year-old Kyle Doobie of Orono is charged with killing and abducting Nicole Cable in May 2013. Prosecutors say Doobie's DNA was found on Nicole's fingernails, and he had scratches on his face after she disappeared. Doobie worked at a company that cared for disabled people and said a client scratched his face. WABI-TV reports co-worker Clifford Redman testified Tuesday that the scratches on Doobie's face after Nicole disappeared were different from the ones from work. Doobie's lawyer said in the opening statements Monday that someone other than their client killed Nicole.
15 people were injured, including 6 firefighters and 7 gas company employees during a home explosion in Ocean County, New Jersey. Stafford Township Mayor John Spadafora said approximately 75 homes in the area had been evacuated after some residents complained of a gas odor. Workers with New Jersey Natural Gas were called to the scene to investigate, and at some point during their investigation, an explosion occurred. Officials say 6 firefighters, 7 gas company employees, and 2 EMS were injured in the explosion. 2 gas workers are in critical condition and were taken to Atlantic Trauma Center. Authorities say the explosion leveled at least 1 home and nothing remains except a block basement. Officials say the several homes on the block were also damaged. New Jersey Natural Gas says the gas service has been turned off at the main, and about 300 homes have had their gas and electric service shut off.
The Justice Department says George Zimmerman will not face federal civil rights charges in the 2012 shooting death of Trayvon Martin. The department announced its decision Tuesday, saying that there is not enough evidence to bring federal civil rights charges, which would have required proof that killing was motivated by racial animosity. Zimmerman, a former Neighborhood Watch volunteer, was acquitted of second-degree murder in July 2013. He has said that he shot Martin in self-defense during a confrontation inside a gated community in Sanford, Florida. The case created a national conversation about race and self-defense gun laws. Martin, who was unarmed when he was killed, was black. The teen's relatives have accused Zimmerman of starting the fight and racially profiling Martin.
Early exposure to peanuts helps prevent allergies in kids. For years, parents of babies who seem likely to develop a peanut allergy have gone to extremes to keep them away from peanut-based foods. Now, a major study suggests that is exactly the wrong thing to do. Doctors found that exposing infants like these to peanuts before their first birthday actually helped prevent the peanut allergy. The early exposures seem to help build tolerance. The research involving more than 600 babies is the largest and most rigorous test of this concept. They were checked first to make sure they didn't already have a peanut allergy, so parents of babies should not try this on their own. Study results were released in the New England Journal of Medicine and discussed at a medical meeting in Houston. I got the chance to go to Boston Mills and Brandywine Ski Resort on Ladies' Night and to see what's new with the college street team. Let's take a look. I'm here with Christopher and Ashley. Christopher, what do you ski or snowboard?
Snowboard.
Ashley?
Ski.
All right. Have you ever tried either of the other ones?
I did. Snowboarding is not for me.
Christopher?
Nope.
You don't ski?
Stick to what I know.
So I heard that today is Ladies' Night. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It's every Saturday during the season. It's $1 for girls to get in on Saturdays.
All right. So would you say you come out here every Ladies' Night?
Yeah, everyone.
All right. Do you come out here on the weekends?
No.
Nope. I've heard another thing about college ID night. What's that about?
I don't know. I only come out for ladies' night. Check out those girls on the slopes.
Oh, do you? Okay. Yep. Well, thank you so much for your time. Have fun skiing and snowboarding.
Thank you.
This is Blake. He likes to snowboard in his Yeti costume. Let's see. You obviously have to be pretty experienced if you snowboard in this costume.
Yes, I've been snowboarding since I was 11. I'm 22 right now.
Wow. So what would you recommend out to the college students out around Akron?
Well, I gotta give a shout out. My brother goes to Akron University, Andrew.
All right.
Yeah, but definitely, stay in school, work hard. Maybe you come out here and party with me.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you. So I am here with Alex, Joe, and Tom. They are a part of a new club called the Street Team. Would you like to tell us a little bit about this new Street Team?
Okay, so the Street Team here at Boston Mills and Brandywine is essentially just trying to get more college students out on the slopes during their weekends and during the week. Jackie, the leader of this team, who put it together this year, has noticed that there's been a decline in college students coming around and a lot more complaining about our winters and not having fun during them. So we're hoping that this is a way to get more people outside riding and seeing that Ohio isn't all that bad during these cold months.
So now that you know a little bit more about the college street team here at Brandywine, come on out and join them on the slopes here and get involved on the weekends and during the week. Thank you, guys.
Coming up on Lights, Camera, Akron News Edition, Amanda takes us to the Cleveland Bridal Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron News Edition. An Akron teenager, Nijon Porter, was suffering injuries in the hospital after a vehicle hit him and then drove off. He was surprised to see the cops show up by his hospital bed and charged him with minor misdemeanor. Porter, along with two of his friends, was walking on the side of the road. They had noticed snow and ice had covered the sidewalks and thought they would have a better time walking in a straight line along the road. Porter had noticed a car approaching them and moved over to avoid hitting them, but the car swerved back. It turned out the car mirror hit Porter in the face and the bumper hit his leg, causing it to break. The driver had taken off after the hit, but a witness was able to get the license plate so the police could track him down. The police charged him with a hit and skip, and he is also now in the Summit County Jail. The teens walking on the road were charged a fine up to $100 for pedestrian walking along a street or highway.
The mother of Trayvon Martin says she is disappointed with the Justice Department's decision not to prosecute her son's killer. This is the third anniversary of the night George Zimmerman shot her unarmed teenager while volunteering for a neighborhood watch group in Sanford, Florida. Sabrina Fulton said that she still believes Zimmerman got away with murder. Zimmerman claimed he shot Martin in self-defense, and a Florida jury acquitted him of second-degree murder. The Justice Department said Tuesday it found insufficient evidence to prove Zimmerman willfully deprived Martin of his civil rights and killed him because of his race.
New footage was released from the night Akron officer Justin Weinberner's murder. On November 16th, Officer Weinberner was shot and killed after an altercation at Papa Don's pub. Keenan Ivory was asked to leave by the employees, and Ivory left, but later returned with a gun. Akron police had released a video showing 3 women who were of interest, then later considered witnesses. 4 other people were shot that night, including another officer. Ivory is charged with aggravated murder. Officer Weinberner was 32 years old with a 4-year-old daughter.
I recently sat down with the author Dontez James. I got all the scoop about his upcoming book signing for the sequel to his book, We All Do Dumb Things, and the work he has done in the community and some of the struggles he has overcome. Today in studio, we have Dontez James with us. He's the author of the book, We All Do Dumb Things, and the sequel, We All Do Dumb Things, Untold Stories. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
A little bit about the book. Well, I started the book when I was in the 8th grade.
Okay.
And it started off as a dare with some friends. I used to sit around and do poetry all of the time, and some friends came to my lunch table saying, oh, well, what you doing there? I said, I'm writing a book. They said, I bet you won't finish a book, pretty much.
Oh.
Kids mocked me, me and a best friend of mine, constantly, and which was fine. My reason for writing the book, I'm sorry, I'm like going all off.
It's okay. Go ahead.
So pretty much about the book, it's about a couple and a jealous best friend, Jack, LaRon, and Brittany. They are the main characters. And what they pretty much do is they explain to us how those closest to us can be the most envious people in our lives.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have done so many things as far as writing a book, being in plays. helping out with the community. I know I read that you contributed to end child hunger. Is that something you
Yes.
feel passionate about?
It is, because when I say that, I started a movement called the Young Inspiration Movement.
Okay.
Hashtag YIM. And with that movement, we pretty much do things to help the community, like you said before, and ending childhood hunger. That equips me to, so pretty much with that, I own a business. What that business allows is for me to help people save money on bills that they already paid.
Okay.
So every time someone signs up for a service under my business, they feed a kid every month, every year,
Oh.
every month, every year. So with that, and this is something that I am very passionate about, because, you know, I hate to tell the story, but when I was going to the university, from last year, literally last year, around this time, all the way up until May, until I moved out and moved in with my best friend, I was struggling.
Okay.
I had to cancel my meal plan. I canceled my my dorm stay, and I was struggling. I had to stay on campus because I didn't have a car.
Okay.
And by that, I had to move close.
Right.
So I moved into a house with some friends. Well, people I didn't know, but they became my friends eventually. Yeah. And I moved into a house with them. And I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. It was just me walking. I didn't have money. So it was hard for me to pay rent. I was stressing out. Luckily, thank God, I had great mentors that helped me out. I was barely eating, and it broke my heart one day, because one girl told me when I walked into the student union one day, she says, she was just joking around. She says, you don't look like you've been eating for days. And I literally wanted to cry. Mm-hmm. So when I found out about a business that was feeding hungry children every month and every year, I said I'm all for the cause. So I got started with the business. I started the business, and that's just been that.
Didn't even look back.
Didn't look back.
That's such something a lot of students can relate to.
Yes.
It was such an inspiration to, I think, other people and other students. What would you say to other kids who are going through that same thing? What would you tell them?
I would tell them not to give up, mainly because there's more to your life than what you're going through right now, what you will not see. There's more to everything. You will wonder why most people don't support you. You will feel like most people don't love you. You will feel like just the world is crashing. But what you need to understand and realize is that it's nothing but a test from God to see how much you can take. He's going to show you your limit, and once you get past it, you're going to laugh it off. You're going to smile about every situation.
Well, I thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
it's
for having me.
So exciting to listen to you, because I think you are such an inspiration. And not only young men can find you inspiring, but also anyone of this age group. So don't forget to go to Reed Memorial Library March 15th between 2 and 5 and meet Dontez James and see his book, We All Do Dumb Things, and the sequel, We All Do Dumb Things, Untold Nightmares. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have a reporter, Amanda Murata, at the JStyle's Bridal Show in downtown Cleveland. Let's take a look.
My name is Amanda Murata, and I'm here at the JStyle's Bridal Show, and I'm going to find out what it takes to plan an event like this, what kind of vendors are here, and just everything that goes into planning a wedding. I'm here with Kelly Millett to talk to her just about what it takes to go into a wedding.
This is our 4th year doing the bridal show, and the first year doing it at the 9, of course, because the 9 just opened in August. And it's a huge success. We are expecting over 200 people, and traffic's been great so far. It's been wonderful. We try to make this an exclusive event, so we only invite the best vendors to come. It's a higher end show, so not everyone can just come up and vend their goods. So we do it is invite only. So I send those invitations out in the beginning of October, and I work pretty much continuously on it for 3 months. Working with vendors, selling the sponsorships and the prime booth space and all of that. We have DJs, we have wedding entertainers, which there's a difference, I've learned. I did not know that until I started planning the show. There's photography, videography, event design, florists, and only the best in town. There's always something new going on, and I say that kiddingly because Something New Entertainment, one of our sponsors, is an actual wedding entertainer. So she'll do custom storytelling at your show. She'll do custom logos on the floor, like with lighting, with a lot more customization than there has been in the past.
And now we have entertainment reporter Jen Danzak in studio with us.
Okay, girl, give us all the scoop from the Oscars this Sunday.
Oh, you know I will, girls. Well, the 87th Annual Academy Awards seem to be the most anticipated event show of this award season, and it definitely proved to be worth the wait. So let's take a look at some of the incredible moments.
Wow, thank you.
The 2015 Oscar Awards in Hollywood on Sunday was a night of big wins, fabulous dresses, and certainly full of surprises.
This Oscar.
On the red carpet, the stars walked their final glamorous night of the award season, including Rosamund Pike in this classy Givenchy gown and Margot Robbie, who paired a bold red lip with her simple black dress. But it wouldn't be an awards show without Lady Gaga looking interesting, or at least one star wearing something quite unique. Aside from the fashion, the performances were fantastic as expected. Selma's John Legend and Common won Best Original Song for Glory and received a standing ovation filled with tears. And Lady Gaga had the audience stunned with her breathtaking assortment from The Sound of Music with a hint of a surprise. As for the actual awards, the film Birdman swept away multiple statues, including Best Original Screenplay, Best Cinematography, and ultimately, Best Picture. Eddie Redmayne won Best Actor in The Theory of Everything, while Patricia Arquette, who won Best Supporting Actress for her work in Boyhood, had the women cheering from her acceptance speech. But one of the main talks of the night was John Travolta getting a little too close with both Scarlett Johansson on the red carpet and on the stage with Idina Menzel. Clearly, the night was certainly one for the record books.
Can we just talk about how incredible Lady Gaga was?
She was fantastic. I was seriously so surprised to see that side of her.
And those songs aren't easy, and she just pulled it off.
She really did. So good job, Gaga.
Well, thanks, Jen.
You're welcome, ladies.
Thank you for watching Lights Camera Akron News Edition.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at ZTV LCA. See you next time.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.